Talk, 12 o'clock. Hey, how y'all doing, man? How's everything? Tomorrow will be a battle rap event on this page. If you like battle rap, tune in. It will be live. You can see a live battle rap. It's going to be a couple of battles. I might tape a couple of them. I might do all of them. I'm not sure. But you will see a live event on this page if you are into that type of stuff. Yeah, so we're going to get to it. All right, so before I get to that, today's episode, I just was talking about this on the 8 o'clock show. I believe that people literally have something mentally wrong with them when it comes to Kendrick Lamar and how they perceive it. It's like they have this syndrome. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about that. Before we get into that, I got to get a legendary spirit to start to talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work for your subscriptions today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones at. Just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content. Absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. They call me the Hidden Gem. Went from 13 unsubscribed to over 13, 14, 15, 16,000. And yes, I am the king of the north. Let me know what kingdom you from. So let's get right to it, man. Let's go. All right, man. So let's get it, man.
There's a plague going around that is infecting rap fans all over. It's a viral disease that infects and attacks the mind, causing madness, delirium, and obsessiveness. The name of this viral disease is Kendrick derangement syndrome. Kendrick derangement.
Bruh, I believe it. I believe if you hate somebody so much, you could develop a syndrome. I believe it. I believe you could develop a mental disorder. I'm telling you, bro. This is a fact. Let's go.
Syndrome, or KDS colloquially, typically manifests itself in males ages 18 to 35. The symptoms of KDS include, but aren't limited to, hating on Kendrick at every chance that you get, trying to find critiques of Kendrick and everything, blaming Kendrick for everything, chronically hate tweeting about Kendrick, still speaking about and trying to debate Not Like Us in the year of our Lord 2025, and oftentimes doing all this while secretly listening to a bunch of Kendrick Lamar's music.
My top artists were Drake. Number 2 was Kendrick.
This disease started to spread massively in the latter half of
How you say my top artist is Drake and my number 2 is Kendrick, but I hate Kendrick? Like, bro, you can't be serious, bro. He's on to something. This is real. This is real life here, bro. Real life.
2024, and seems to be a full-fledged pandemic in the year of 2025. What's good, YouTube? It's Justice I Used to Be Paying. Today I'm back with another video, and in this video we're going to be talking about Kendrick derangement syndrome and how it's just spreading all over the place. But before I get into that, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. It helps me out a ton. Ever since the public declared the end of the Drake and Kendrick beef and crowned Kendrick Lamar as the winner, there's been a subsection of rap fans who just absolutely refuse to let it go. They're kind of like that soldier, that Japanese soldier that kept fighting World War II long after World War II was already over. Most of them are just, Drake absolutely refuse to let it go. They're kind of like that soldier, that Japanese soldier that kept...
Bruh, that's crazy. What? Japanese soldier who kept fighting 29 years after World War II. Bruh. Damn. Can you imagine fighting for 29 years after a war's over? You think the war's still going on and it's over for 29 years. That's 30 years and you thinking the war is still going on. Where was he at? Was he in the jungle? Damn, that's crazy, bro. Oh my God.
Fighting World War II long after World War II was already over. Most of them are just, Drake stans, but some of them are just haters in general. They're the people that you'll hear say things like, Kendrick needs to thank Drake for everything. Kendrick was a nobody before the beef. And some of them will even just flat out say that Drake won the beef, which is, quite a take. Or they'll say things like Kendrick Lamar took things too far by calling Drake a PDF and that he should be sued for defamation, and that's not how you do a rap beef, and that's just taking things way further than they needed to be, while also at the same time ignoring the fact that Drake called Kendrick a wife beater and said that he put his hands on the mother of his children. Or they'll say that, Kendrick Lamar lost the beef because he lied in his song when he rapped about Drake having a daughter, and he spent a whole verse speaking about a fake daughter, so how can you say this guy won the beef? While, on the other hand, completely ignoring the fact that Drake made up a story about Dave Free being the father of one of Kendrick Lamar's children. And now...
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, how do y'all come to this conclusion that you did, like, every rapper lies in their music, right? How do y'all come to this conclusion that a man lost a battle, even if you say he lied? How do y'all come to the conclusion that he lost a battle because he said that he had a daughter? You know why y'all say that? It's because he did hide a son. So y'all feel like, well, he can't use that because he already came out saying he had a son. So he would never do that again. He learned. Drake learned. He would never do it again, bro. What are you talking about? He learned from his mistakes. It's like, no. I still believe it. I do. I believe he do have a daughter.
Can you say this guy won the beef, while on the other hand completely ignoring the fact that Drake made up a story about Dave Free being the father of one of Kendrick Lamar's children. And now I'm going to show you an example of KDS to highlight its seriousness. Look here, we have a wild academics outside of his natural habitat of the computer chair, but he is instead on the waters of Miami with women, seemingly having a good time. And academics, due to his very serious case of KDS, had to stop and take time in order to point out how the vixens were twerking to Drake and not Kendrick Lamar. Even while on vacation on a boat with a bunch of women, his KDS is so severe, Kendrick Lamar was still on his mind. What really inspired me to make this video...
How are you, that's what I'm saying. How are you on a boat with all of these... I don't know how old those girls were, so I'm not gonna say baddies. I'm gonna say you was on a boat with females, right? Which hopefully they were all above age, because you was on a boat with females that allegedly was above age, right? And you're sitting here talking about Kendrick and Drake? Like, what? Like, come on, bro. You can't be serious, bro. You can't be serious, bro.
Video though is Kendrick getting a whole bunch of backlash for being on Cardi's album and calling him his evil twin after judging Drake for his potentially not so great parenting skills. And, Playboy Cardi doesn't have a great reputation for being the best dad in the world. Now, we don't know the full story. We don't know what's going on. But at the end of the day, that's just the truth. He doesn't have a great reputation for that. But you think I'm probably going to be mad at people for critiquing Kendrick on that front, but I 100% agree. No, that makes sense. For him to be calling out Drake for possibly being a bad father, but collabing with Cardi or collabing with Future, that's 100% something you can call him out for and call him a hypocrite. Like, I'm there for it. So that is a type of criticism of Kendrick that I wouldn't classify under KDS. Like, I think that is a legit thing that you can say, but then there's a line, And I think that some people are crossing that line in terms of just trying to blame Kendrick for everything, hating on Kendrick for anything.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. This is why I don't agree with that. Is Kendrick and Drake friends? Absolutely not. He can say that about him. We don't know, and I'm not blaming him, I'm just saying, I disagree with that. We don't know what Kendrick Lamar said to Playboy Cardi behind closed doors. He probably told him to be a better dad. We don't know. Maybe Kendrick feels as though, I remember Kendrick said to Drake, I was the only rapper that could help you. So maybe he's extending that same hand to Playboy Cardi because they're friends. Maybe he is. Maybe Playboy Cardi will be a better dad to his children. We don't know. If people say that that's a critique that Kendrick, they have, that he called out Drake for being a bad dad, but he won't call out all these other people, maybe because he don't call out his friends in public. Maybe because they're not in a battle rap. We don't know what they said behind closed doors. Kendrick probably tell him, I don't like that shit, bro. Take care of your kids. So I can't side with that. Because in public, you think Kendrick's supposed to come out and talk about Playboy Cardi? And he said that he was his evil twin. So if he said he's his evil twin, isn't that the opposite? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just giving some pushback. That's all.
And just trying to find criticism for him in places where it just really doesn't belong. But that specific example is something where I'm like, yeah, that's a real criticism. But other times, people are just pulling things out of their butt to hate on Kendrick. Another high-profile case of KDS is Kanye West. Kanye West went from Team Kendrick, taking down Drake, the elimination of Drake is what I believe Kanye said, to all of a sudden wanting to beef with Kendrick. Like, he went from, yo, Dot, I got you, to, you know, calling Kendrick the GOAT, oh my God, look at the Grammys he won, to now he's a puppet for Lucien Grange. And Kendrick Lamar has never actually made good music. He can rap pretty good, but he's never made good music. And Kanye has a KDS, a Kendrick derangement syndrome, that's based a bit more in jealousy and in the sense of like, Kanye's really just going to hate on whoever the top guy is. And right now, Kendrick is the biggest and hottest in rap. And so Kanye's developed a pretty severe case of KDS. He fits into that symptom of chronically hate tweeting Kendrick Lamar. And don't even try and search up.
And you know, here's the thing too about Kanye, what I don't respect is he has nowhere else to go. So after this, what else? You going to keep on talking about Kendrick? What are you going to do? What are you going to do now? You know what I'm saying? What are you going to do? You don't want no full-fledged battle with Kendrick. I just think that Kendrick is looking at you and he's probably feel sorry for you. He's probably like, yeah, I'm not going to say that to that dude. Me personally, Kanye West, I don't know what to even say about Kanye. I really don't.
Kendrick Lamar's name on TikTok, you're just going to see a whole bunch of hate posts about how everything he does is corny and how Not Like Us is corny. And honestly, I think all of this hate really is just a result of all the love that Kendrick is receiving. Like, whenever somebody gets shown a whole bunch of love and they get put in a position where they're just on fire, and not only do the people like them, but it feels like kind of the industry as a whole is behind that person, they end up getting a lot of hate. Like, just look at how people are treating Doechii online right now. They're calling her an industry plant, and she's been around for years. It's kind of the same thing with Kendrick Lamar. Like, when you get on and you're really, really hot, there's gonna be a massive hate wave that follows that just because the people who don't like you don't get why you're in the position you're in. You had people saying that Kendrick Lamar had the...
I agree with that. I agree with what he's saying right there. That's 100% facts. People do have this thing where they feel as though that if you are on top, they have to hate on you. You know what I feel? You know what really bothers me? What really bothers me is people who people who hate Kendrick. A certain movement of people who hate Kendrick. But every time you see Kendrick, he performs. He always has an American flag. Right? He's 100%. If you have an American flag behind you, as I'm not gonna say he's absolutely loves America, but what I'm gonna say is he respects the fact that he is from America, and he is America through and through. But for some reason, these same people that call themselves patriots and I love to be patriot, I love this and I love that, hates Kendrick Lamar because he has a grievance of what happened to us back in the day. He talks about that. So you hate Kendrick Lamar because he brings up the atrocities that happen to black people. How is that? I don't understand how you hate something like that. How? Even it doesn't matter what side you stand on, left or right. How could you hate a person who talks about things that happen to black people? That's like me saying I hate things that happen to the community. You already know. I want to say the name. But that's like me saying I hate that. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say Shapiro's community. Let's just say that. I start talking about that. No, that's not fair. It's not fair. But yeah, he has a great point.
Worst Super Bowl halftime show of all time, and because his halftime show was so bad, rap is never gonna get put on the Super Bowl again. And I'm like, bro, all right, like, I'm not saying you had to like it. You could have hated it. You could have disliked it. But to say that Kendrick Lamar completely ruined rap ever being on the Super Bowl halftime show again is a bit ridiculous. Like, come on now.
That is 100% retarded and ridiculous. If you sit here and tell me that you believe Kendrick Lamar ruined hip hop for the Super Bowl, you are retarded. You obviously don't understand music and you don't understand what was happening. Still the highest. He broke so many records with the Super Bowl. You think the NFL, I would be honest with you, the NFL should bring him back. They should bring him back. He broke so many records off of that Super Bowl performance that y'all try to suppress by saying it was terrible, because only a certain amount of people, a certain people said that. A group of people said that. Y'all was the only ones. Everybody else loved it. Even people all over the world. I travel and people saying that they liked it. Same people that say they love America hates on a man who, hey, he talks the truth about America. You can't be mad at that.
Pushing it. People were even saying that his solo performance doesn't count as a solo performance because SZA was there, and he couldn't do the Super Bowl without SZA. And if SZA wasn't there, then who knows if they would have even let him do. Bro, she did like 2 songs, bro. Like, we had somebody like Maul, the podcaster, saying that Kendrick should be really upset with the Super Bowl for letting Beyonce perform during the Christmas halftime show, because Beyonce is going to do more numbers than Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl.
If you're Kendrick, are you upset that Beyonce's performing at the halftime on Christmas? Why? Because I think her viewership will be higher than his.
It's the Super Bowl.
It's Beyonce.
It's the Super Bowl.
Bro, this nigga's stupid, bro. He's another one, bro.
What the fuck is this nigga talking about?
He's another one, bro. You telling me that you think, bro, and again, this is what I mean. He didn't come out and say, I was wrong for me saying that. That's why I don't like journalists or people like this, these podcasters in the hip hop space, because they can't be honest. Just come out and tell the truth. Just like, yo, I didn't like, listen, I don't Kendrick, but he did break some records, bro. He did. Just be honest, bro.
Beyonce's bigger than the Super Bowl.
This man who's a podcaster, who honestly I don't mind Maul. Like, I know he has some crazy takes about Drake, but I don't mind him. But the KDS is so severe that this man really thought that the Christmas Day game was going to get more viewers than the Super Bowl solely because of Beyonce. I love Beyonce, but it's the Super Bowl. Like, come on now. This is the type of stuff that we've been seeing over the last few months with KDS. It's just gotten out of control. And then we've even gotten people trying to rewrite history with how Not Like Us went, and trying to rewrite history in order to get it in line with like Drake and his lawsuits. Because, you know, Drake is currently suing UMG, claiming that they botted Not Like Us, claiming that they did a bunch of illegal stuff, claiming defamation against Not Like Us. But one of the main arguments was that there were illegal bots used to boost the song Not Like Us. And now you got people coming out saying, nobody even liked Not Like Us. Like, nobody was even playing that song. Like, it was honestly all bots and like radio play. Like, come on now. We're not going to rewrite history. We were all there. It was only like 10 months ago.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, how are you out here trying to say that nobody liked it, bro? I tell you, I was just literally in the bar and they was playing that joint. They played it like 6 times. Like, come on. And we're still like, it's like people just don't want to acknowledge when somebody's where they's at. And I notice that that's really only with rappers, though. Only with rappers that really reached a certain pinnacle in their career. People don't want to acknowledge them. You out here really saying, people literally saying that Kendrick lost the battle because of the Heart Part 6. Yes, the Heart Part 6. Like, come on, bro.
We were all there when the song came out and everybody was playing it. People were making dance videos to it within like 5 hours of it being released. We're not going to rewrite history and say that Not Like Us was only big because of bots. I'm sorry, like, you're not going to get that off. And shout out to the sponsor of this video for today, Flow Culture. They have the hottest rap merchandise online with anything from rugs posters to phone cases. Use my code PAY10, not Payton, PAY10 to get 10% off all purchases. They're also running a special of free shipping on all orders over $50 within the US. The referral link is in my bio, and remember to use my code PAY10 to get 10% off. People were even saying like, oh, Kendrick Lamar's a hypocrite for working with Cardi because, and not like us, he had that bar about running to Atlanta and now he's running to Atlanta. And it's like, sure, if you just like completely strip that line of all of the context that is in the song of what he's actually talking about and just take the line to mean nobody can do features with Atlanta, then sure, I guess Kendrick Lamar's a hypocrite. And
That doesn't make sense. Now, and I know what he's talking about, but I'm saying not for him. I'm saying it doesn't make sense that people would say that Kendrick Lamar is a hypocrite because he ran to Atlanta to work with Atlanta artists. Kendrick Lamar don't have to work with no artists. He don't. He don't have to work with nobody. Most of his career, he did most of his albums are really featured him. A good portion of them, he probably had some features here and there, but he's really known for his songs. I just don't understand the people that think Kendrick Lamar just became famous. My boy said, oh, he was popular before. He's much more popular now. Yeah, because he's the biggest rapper in the world. He's not the biggest rapper in the world, bro. Okay, who is? Drake is. Okay. Drake is, but Drake ain't even cracking the top 10. He got one or two songs, maybe one song in the top 10, and Kendrick's been in the top 10 for this. Like, come on, bro. Well, how are we gauging this? How are we measuring this? Because Drake still streams more than him. Okay, dog. All right. You win. Drake's bigger. But no, I'm just saying, bro. Like, all right. He couldn't even name me a song off of Scorpion. I'm like, well, Drake, I said, what's Drake's favorite best album? Oh, all right. Well, what's his best album? Scorpion? Well, that's one of it. Name me one song off of there. I can't really think right now. Yeah, exactly, nigga. Exactly.
understand that, all famous people get a whole bunch of criticism that isn't really logical or just is really just hating at the end of the day. It's not even criticism. But I think with Kendrick, it's gotten like really ridiculous recently. Like people are saying that, oh, Kendrick Lamar ruined rap music. He's making rap boring. He's making Free the Slaves music. Like people are genuinely calling his music Free the Slaves music, which is just insane. You got people like academics said that Kendrick Lamar started a weird case era where everybody's super sensitive about cases, which what the hell, a weird case era? Like what are we
What the fuck is this nigga talking about?
What the fuck? Yo, academics is the weirdest guy I ever seen in my life, bro. I'm telling you, bro, I never seen nothing like it, bro. I never seen nothing like it. I just don't understand his logic. I really don't. I don't understand academics' logic. I don't.
talking about? I honestly think that the reason that KDS is spreading so much is just due to like the shell shock of how soundly Kendrick defeated Drake in this beef. Like it's just the truth. The beef was, building for 10 plus years. It was supposed to be this huge grand thing, and it was, don't get me wrong, but everyone pretty much unanimously said that, yeah, Kendrick won, and it wasn't particularly that close, even though Family Matters was a good song, but at the end of the day, Kendrick did kind of blow him out, and I think that that's just kind of had an effect on a lot of people who are just so used to Drake being the top guy, the hottest guy, the number one guy, the biggest in the world, like, the greatest thing since sliced bread, and I think that now that he was kind of knocked off that height and isn't really seen that way by the public, it's just thrown a lot of people off. Like people just don't really know how to handle it, so they just get online and complain about Kendrick Lamar all day. But that's just my opinion. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe not.
You're right, man. You're right. You're right, man. You're right. I definitely think that people are suffering from that, and I definitely think that there are a lot of fans that come out of nowhere and they just have this disdain against Kendrick. I really don't know why. I guess it's the reason why is because Kendrick is on top, and they so used to Drake being on top. That's why they try to do whatever they can to put Drake in a certain position. Whatever they can do to put Drake in that position, they're gonna do it. Even if Drake is like, oh, Drake got another number one. Oh, they don't even care about the music. They just, he got another number one. I'm telling you, watch. No Kid going crazy right now, but No Kid is not really a good song. It's not. Y'all judge things off of radio play. Y'all don't judge things off of actually whether it's a good song or not. Nokia is not Like Us, but yet and still y'all trying to make it rival against Not Like Us. Oh yeah, Nokia. All right, dog, cut it out. And we gonna find out that somebody else probably wrote Nokia. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. All right, man. Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all for being here with me. Tomorrow's a big day. All right, see y'all. Peace. Bye.